because one of the things that has made many Kenyans, and I'm telling you as an expert, one of the things that has made many Kenyans to fail in business is purely because they don't consult. Allow me first of all, even before I plunge into serious business matters, to remind Kenyans watching me from wherever they are, that we do not fail because God has not given us the ground that can make us to go to the levels we have always desired. It is purely because we have a very bad attitude. Some of us people have got very, very bad attitude. Very, very bad attitude. We think negatively. Anytime a person of my station caliber comes to share information, you realize that majority of people who come to this kind of forums, they are either asking for jobs, they are either asking for financial assistance, or they even may be trying to throw unprintable epithets just to hurt the speaker or just to hurt the facilitator. So I am here to discuss to you something about business. In Kenya, the Kenya we live today, we don't have jobs. In my office, I've got more than 15,000 job applications. People think that you can tap, you can like my page, whether YouTube page, or you can even like my TikTok page. My YouTube page is Dr. Paul Kibicho, PhD, QBHSC. My TikTok page is Dr. Paul Kibicho, PhD, QBHSC. You know, today I've just left church and I thought, sometimes I look at some individuals, because I've been fellowshipping for quite a long time, and I've noticed some people are in the same spot they have always been. Seriousness requires a serious face. Somebody is telling me on my page that I should smile a little bit. I'll smile when the right time comes. So I decided that I can give people what we call some tips on how to succeed in terms of businesses. Because all of us people, we are trying to look for jobs for our children. Our parents are carrying our CVs, our resumes, just go looking for a job for our children. But there are no jobs today. So the way to go, and I've been telling people, the day our Kenyan government changes its entire curriculum, like now we are talking about CBC. CBC is the best thing ever. But then we need to ask ourselves, who are the proponents of this CBC? Was it a well-thought plan? Because for you to succeed, even for a nation to combat or a nation to win a certain battle, if it has been, actually, if you have an external aggressor, it is to plan the war. You don't just plunge into the war. You need to plan. Are we starting with the sea? Is it air? Is it earth? Is it land? So that depending on the approach that you use, you'll be able now to know what it is that you require to do and what we call the arsenal to assemble to be able to attack the aggressor. This system of education, with all humility, with a lot of humility, because I know sometimes I get misquoted, the people who ought to have taken this particular discussion to another level would have been parents with young children, parents with young children, because they are here and they understand what CBC is all about. I'm not talking about matters education. I'm only going to talk about learning a successful business. I have been in business for a long period of time. I learned several businesses, and I'm going to share with you what I do in order for my businesses to remain what they are. And if you have failed in a business, don't you worry. There is no failure. There is no succeeding without failure. As a matter of fact, failure is a recipe towards success. So don't you worry because you have started a business which has fallen. It happens. You're not the first one to have started a business that failed. So we need to look at a few things before we talk about this aspect of business. And requesting connection to a job in catering and hotel. You see, I've already told you, Mr. Kenneth, when people see us coming to this particular program, the first thing that they talk about is getting jobs. I have no problem with you, Mr. Kenneth Kariuki, but allow me first of all to explain how we need to do business, because we don't have job opportunities. Even my own daughter who has cleared university is still jobless, for information. As well connected as I am. So it's about me. I want us to change our paradigm. We have to have a total paradigm mental shift. We have to shift from the way we do businesses. And I'll tell you for free that majority of Kenyans, even you watching me on my social media, when I bring an element of people paying a price to be able to be shown how to do it, you don't like paying. You avoid pain, and that is why you are still poor. Allow me to say poor, because some of us are poor. And I have told you the acronym POOR means passing over opportunities repeatedly. We are poor because we have chosen to be poor. Free things don't give you any meaningful destination. Free things are very bad, I can tell you that. So unless you change your thinking, unless you change the way you perceive things in life, Unless you get prepared to now to dig deep and of course to dirty your hands. Unless you pay a price, you can't succeed. I am a doctor because I've spent money going back to class to study. I'm a lawyer because I went to school to study. I'm a business management because I went back to university to study. It is not, success does not just come. It's not a knock on the door. Success is not what we call inhaling and exhaling. Success in business, there must be something that ought to be done by you as an individual. Allow me to ask you these questions before we go to our discussion of the day today. Are you willing there to pay a price? You have been listening to so many people talking on the social media. You have listened even to Dr. Maos Munro. You have listened even to this person called Madame Grace Maya. You have even listened to Joel Austin. You have even listened to Pastor Paul Otterbill, Mansa Otterbill. But you don't actualize. So there must be time to listen and time to activate. So it's unfortunate, most of us people, we want to be successful, but we are in the same spot we've been for the last 10, 15 years. One man called Mr. Albert Einstein said, the greatest form of madness is doing the same thing, same way, year in, year out, expecting different results. So you need to define yourself who you are by that particular definition. Yes. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do, basically. So my idea of coming and sharing this information with you is to help you to start from seeing things negatively, and you start from a position of a positive mind. Because some of us people, we bring so many technicalities. Like now we are talking about the dollar, the exchange rate being very high. But the question is, before the dollar went to 140, where were you? You are now using an excuse of a dollar against our Kenya shillings as an excuse. And I have told you on many occasions that excuses are the tools of the incompetent that build bridges that take you nowhere. It does not matter how good an excuse is. It doesn't matter how sweet it sounds. An excuse will remain an excuse. There is no other way to define that. So don't come telling us, there was COVID. COVID affected all of us. There are those people who made it in life. Thank you very much, Mr. Mwagi Mwaniki. There are those people who made it in life. Yes, people died. And because when people die, they are not thrown into the national park to be consumed by wild animals. There are those people who made coffins and they made money. Because it is not them who brought this death. It was COVID. And we normally say opportunity meets the prepared. So the question is, are you prepared wherever you are? Or yours is only gnashing teeth and accusing this thing called COVID. There are those people who made money because of masks. There are those people who made money because of sanitizers. There are those people who made money because of many reasons. But some of us people, we magnified what was not working. And that has been what has been aiding us in our lives. Surely. So we need to change our mindset. And I've been telling people, new mindset, new results. You cannot get new results in the same mindset that you have always been clinging onto. Some people, I'm telling you, they have a lot of negative energy. Like even now in our discussion, as we proceed right now, you'll see the negative energy coming on this particular platform. And those people must be there. And the beauty of life is this. And I've told people that when an aircraft is taking off or landing, it lands against the wind. It does not get aided by actually landing or taking off on the direction of the wind. It is against the wind. So we must succeed against what we call those blocks, against those particular negative aspirations that some people have, and amidst those negative nuggets. Because success, we have people succeeding even now. People are still succeeding. If you go to our roads, cars are still being bought. And they are being bought by human beings. Houses are being built. When you are still living in that hovel, allow me to call it a hovel, we have people building what we call very magnificent state-of-the-art buildings. And they are living the same. And some of us give excuses. They are stealing money from the government. Oh, and to you. Who told you they must steal? Because when people fail, they look at all the excuses. Kebisho is wearing this coat because Kebisho is a doctor, is a professor, is an author. Who has stopped you from writing books? Who has stopped you from becoming a motivational speaker? Who has stopped you from starting a company like I'm going to share with you today? Nobody is stopping you. You are your worst enemy. And your worst enemy has a domicile between your 2 ears. This is where your enemy stays. Your enemy is here. If you find yourself failing in life, the enemy resides in this between the 2 ears that you have. And that's what I'm telling you. Do not go looking for success outside you. Do not go looking for failure. Failure and success lies between your 2 ears and your attitude. So some of you have bad attitude. I have heard many people talk so many bad things about individuals who have succeeded. And unfortunately for me, I don't join their camp. I'm one person who says, if this person called Jeremy has made it in life, why can't I make it also in life? What is so special that he's doing? Instead of criticizing, instead of throwing what we call tantrums, instead of casting aspersions, my advice or what I normally do is to approach those individuals who are doing better than me so that I can see what can I pick from this particular individual who has an idea. Eh? But you can see now, as I told you, you can see somebody called that Django, this useless rubbish human being. You can see, I wish you people, you can see him, and I am going to look for a moderator. You can see what he's saying. At Petreka, you are petty understanding Uko. You can see this is a very, this is an imbecile. And please, I'm requesting him to go and read what an imbecile is. This is just but a psych case who is actually joining us in this party. We have not invited you, Django. Go to where people of your thinking belongs. You don't belong in this class. You are a very useless, you're just but what we call a, you are what we call a hogwash that exists after those animals have been washed only to go back to their former status. Get out of our way anyway. I have no apologies to make to you. Whom do you think you are? Rubbish. So let's go back, and that is me. You don't think that you insult me, I keep quiet. And in the first place, who told him to come in this particular platform? There are some individuals here who are very keen, wanting to know how to succeed. That must be a standard one dropout, first week in class. Believe you me, I wish we can get that individual. Please, Duncan, is it Duncan? Okay. Anyway, it happens that I don't give a damn. And for those who know me, I'm one person who cannot be brought down by any individual. No. I don't subscribe to mediocrity. That is me. So kindly, please, whatever, at Django, we don't invite you here. Let's go back to our class, ladies and gentlemen. Men of decorum and tandem, men of discipline, men of stature, and women of stature anyway. Let's go back to where we were. Sometimes I told you the devil comes to interrupt, and of course to cause distortion and digression. But I'm not a person who gets easily distorted. Now the question is, you are there, and you want to succeed in life. Let me say this. Anyone who succeeds in life, there's something that he or she does differently. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Eliud Nyoike. Yeah, we should not exercise patience in desperate times for cause for desperate measures. So TikToker, I don't do that. Apana, I don't listen to Matusi. Matusi, I don't, please. Don't you worry, Oxface. We've been in this game for quite a long time. Of course, you see now that I have told him where he belongs. He's no longer with us. So anyway, let's go back. But thank you very much for your input. So what we need to ask ourselves, you have lived a life of desperation for a long period of time. Scarcity has become synonymous with you. Every move that you make seems not to be adding value to you. What are we supposed to do? We must ensure that we change the way we do our things. We must actually, if you can be able to become a moderator, Mr. Is it Denitai? Make a moderator and leave them to me as I listen. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Because that is what we call a very, very serious interrupter to my talk. And since I want to remind my brother who has told me that as motivational speakers, we need to keep our cool. I have been a motivational speaker for 30 years. And one thing that people know me for is that I don't entertain nonsense. Me, I have no space for those kind of individuals. And that is what has brought me this far with my God. Now, what happens? Allow me to share with you a few things here. You must ask yourself, where are you today? And what has brought you to where you are? Yes. Where are you today? Where are you? Where are you today? What has brought you to where you are today? Why aren't you where you are supposed to be in life? Yes, because we all had desires. When you used to be in school, you used to say, when I grow up, I would like to be A, B, C, D. Why? What is it? Where did the rain start beating you in the first place? Today we are talking about business. So I'll talk about business. There are things that, okay, I'll be having a business academic class. I start with by telling you that. I'll be having a business academic class. Purely business, how we can succeed in terms of businesses. I've been running Panorama Consulting Company for the last now 12 years. Panorama Consulting Company has been doing very well, and I thank God for that. It's also a business venture. I have now been running what we call Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. Why is it doing well? I'll tell you why it is doing well. Doing well is that it depends on what you understand by doing well. I'm not going to lay bare facts here because that is not for this particular forum. But I want people to ask themselves. So this particular business academic class, I'll be conducting it to people who are interested in it. I'll be able to give you. For those people who don't know, I have a PhD in business and finance from Jomo Kenyatta University. I graduated over 9 years ago. And I'm also a lawyer, so I'm a legal mind. And I did business management in Nairobi University. So I understand. And I'm also a trained theologian. I understand what God expects of us. Because if you are to succeed, you must have God as your deity, God as the sovereign leader of your life. So you need to ask yourself, and this is the first question. Maybe some of you have started businesses. You have a business that you have started, but it has collapsed. And the business that has collapsed, we have others who are extending the same business that collapsed to other regions. Look at this dilemma. So the business you're saying is not adding value to you. Another individual somewhere else is trying to look for more space elsewhere. The question, why? Why have you closed your business? Why is it that your business is not doing well? Look at this. We have, I guess the best advisor should be the doers like Chris Kirubi. We appreciate at his level anyway. So what we do, and you see, what happens is that there must be something those people do that some of us people don't do. You realize when you meet some individuals who have never owned a car, they're the ones who most of the times discourage you on how expensive maintaining a certain car is. You see somebody telling you that starting a business, a hotel, is one of the most difficult things to run. You find somebody telling you that owning a matatu is a death warrant. And yet we have people buying matatus. Are you telling me that those people who own matatus have not done what we call feasibility study? You find people saying that starting an academy is one of the most difficult things. And the person telling you that it's the most difficult thing, he has no academy of his own. Now, you must appreciate that there are things that you need to do to be where you're supposed to be in life. And one of the things that you must do is that those people who succeed in business, they are serious researchers. They do a lot of research. They don't just wake up and they give us what we call hot air. They do research. They graduate from hypothetical statements to real statements. Real statement means you correct data, you gather intelligence, you gather market intelligence so that you may know what it is that these people are doing that you ought to do in order for you also to succeed. So it's about how do you approach your business? Now, assuming you want to start, we are talking about having so many motorbikes in Kenya. If you go to Nanyuki, we have somebody who has dedicated a whole building on spare parts. If you go to Kawasukari, we have somebody who are just nearly almost opposite Kahawa. It's called Kahawa Garrison. We have somebody who has dedicated a very big shop there. So he saw an opportunity where many who didn't see. So one of the things that I need to talk to you today is this. If you don't believe in seeking consultancy or seeking what we call knowledge, your business is bound to fail. Those businesses that succeed, people normally take a bit of time to look at what we call the infrastructure of that particular business, the requirements of that particular business, the audience, the clientele that you're targeting, and over and above all, you also look at what we call, where should it be started, location, who should be the personnel behind this particular business, where do I get my merchandise for selling, what will be the cost implications, what about the matters legality. So the best thing to do is to look at these few things. Number one, whom are you targeting in this particular business? Whom are you targeting? We have what we call demographics. Demographics basically means the ages of people and their consumer behavior, their incomes. Is it salary? Is it business? Or how do they make their money? So you first of all, is the market sustainable in the long run? Is that market sustainable in the long run? What about you do what we call Michael Porter's 5 forces? Threat of new entrants, threat of substitutes. You look at that. There are things that you need to look at. I'm not going to teach you the 5 of them, but there are 5 of them. Then the other thing that you need to look at, even before capital comes into existence, is what you call the legality of that particular business. Is it legal? Who are the people behind that? Who will be the people helping you run that particular business? Uh-huh. Now, the other thing that you need to look at is what you call the idea that you have. You screen that particular idea. When you talk about screening that particular idea, are you venturing into an area where majority of people have ventured into, and competition has become now what we call the force behind people getting stress and depression? What will you do differently? What will you do differently? Mm-hmm. The other thing, in terms of capital comes last, of course, because you have to scan the environment. You have to do what we call once you do the idea generation, you do what we call the scanning the environment. Once you do the piloting program, then you come to commercialization. You need to ask yourself a few other questions. How fast will those people that you're targeting become flexible to your products? Like now we have this place called China Press. That was closed the other day, but finally it got opened. What do you think was the consideration of that person who came up with that particular business? We have been seeing droves of people going to that particular business. Now the question is, this person is not operating in a monopoly. There are others now trying to eye what this person is doing. So the best thing is, first of all, to undertake what we call a serious research. Undertake a serious research. Know the needs of that particular business. Know the customer base. Know the people to help you running that particular business, then know the capital required, and of course the government legislative processes. What are the licensing processes like? Now, what I'm intending to do, because I want to bring to a close this particular discussion for obvious reasons, is that I'll be having what we call a business academic class. This business academic class will be able to help you to know what makes a business successful. We'll be looking at things such as focusing on the customer experience. So what you see, you do not have to spend money to go looking for customers. The moment you become a good person to the customers that you serve, word of mouth marketing works miracles for you. I'll be able now to train you or to teach you on the various avenues that you can do or you can follow so that you may cause what we call customer delight. So that wherever people go, they'll be talking about you without you spending any money on advertisement. Perfect. The other thing that you must appreciate is that you have a powerful idea. The idea you're going to come up with is going to make people get out of their laurels and they come wanting to know what it is that you're doing. In the process, you convert them to become your consumers. So we'll be looking at that. And then offering value to your target audience. How will you offer value? How do people know value? Value for their money. So do not think that you're going to come and use what we call the skimming method. Skimming method is like what our telecommunications did. They started charging us per minute 40 shillings before they came to what we call per second billing. Skimming is enjoying the returns of a new idea by milking from people to the last coin, but it's not very nice because people want what we call value for their money. So how do you create that value for the customers? Yes. How do you create value for those customers? The other thing, in terms of solving people's problems, how do you solve those people's problems? Because you'll be having those problems. People will come with their complaints, but you don't run away from complaints because complaints help you to become a better person. And one thing I want all of us people to graduate from, I do not want, by the time we are through with my class, I don't want you to become a business person. I want you to become an entrepreneur. Thank you very much. Doc, you taught me how to manage my money and debt. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. This character has once again come back to us. So thank you so much for giving me that compliment. So the other thing that we must do is that we must learn to know how to solve people's problems without hurting them. Because in this era of social media, if you hurt one person, you hurt a million people. Because people will go all over talking about bad things. People even film you. They'll even take a video of you, maybe talking bad things to your clients. So one of the things that you must appreciate is that you must have what we call a conflict resolution mechanism that does not hurt your customers. The other thing is to ensure that you have what we call, you pay attention to the customer's issues. Paying attention. Many of us people, and paying attention will help you graduate from being a business person to an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is one person who ensures that he takes risk and he maintains his client base without what we call forcing them to be part of his clientele. I'll tell you what to do on that. So I'll be training you people on that. The other thing that we need to look at in this particular issue is what we call maintaining what we call maintaining what we refer to as economic order quantities. So when you start this particular business that you're venturing into, then you must ensure that at no one time your customers come to your business and they find that you don't have a certain good or service. Because the moment that word goes out there, that one has a very big negative impact on your business. Okay, somebody is telling me to expound the fact that everything has an expiration date. Yes, everything, including your life, even your life has an expiry date. Even all those goods and services that you see being offered to us by the entrepreneurs, they have their sell-by date. So the expiration date basically means it is that period that the good has been produced to serve a certain need. The moment it goes beyond that particular date, it expires. And that's what I told you the other day. You must aspire, you must inspire to aspire before you expire. So similarly, you even, like, we have this person called Eliud Kipchoge. Eliud Kipchoge, he knows he does not have more than 10, maybe 5 years maximum. 5 years, he'll face his expiration date in terms of learning on the track. And that's such is life. So you don't have all the time with you. And therefore, you need to appreciate that this is the moment that you can be able to do things that can add value to you. So Mr. Morigo, that is what expiration date means. We all have an expiry date. So we must appreciate that. What will be the market demand for your products and services? Yes. Doctor, thank you for your time. Be blessed, because I know those words you're telling us is money. Thank you very much, Jose. God bless you. So what about building the right time? So we must, one, market demand for products. And how do you create that market demand for your products and services? I'll be able to tell you those secrets. I'll be able to do that. How do you build the right time? We must do capacity building for the people who will be running your business venture. How do you work on networks? Because your network is your net worth. Whom do you associate with? In your businesses, who are your colleagues? Who are your contemporaries? Because if the people that you live with are broke, you are equally broke. And I told you the other day, you are an average of 5 people, 5 of your friends. So what about creating your networks to be your net worth, adding value? And how do you create that? Simple. I'll be able to teach people on that. What about doing a competitive analysis? How do you, now you see, for you to be able to create what we call a comparative, you must do a competitive analysis, whereby you go to those people doing a similar business and get to understand how are they doing it. Are they doing better than you, or are you doing better than them? And then what do you require to do so that you still maintain what we call that competitive edge? I'll be able to explain to you how we do that. What about choosing the right price? What about the pricing strategy? Because many Kenyans, they have lost their businesses because they have this attitude of wanting to get rich quick. You want to get rich, you start a business today and you want to drive a V8 in the next few days. Does not happen. I told you the other day, success is not an event. Success is a process. So what about, do you have a long-term goal? What are your goals? In your business, what are your goals? What are your long-term? What are your short-term goals? What are your mid-term goals? And what are your long-term goals? I'll be able to help you now to draw what we call a strategic plan for your enterprise, for your venture. Because once you have once you create a strategic plan, it helps you to know at any given time where you ought to be. You'll do SWOT analysis. You'll be able to know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are the opportunities that are about or allowed you, and then what are the threats that can bring down your business. Doc, allow me to say this. Avoid some people, teacher. Thank you. Point taken, Gabe. Point taken. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I wish that person has read that small text. Thank you so much, Mr. at Gabe 254. So what are you need to, Before I conclude that I give you what you require to do so that you may continue succeeding in your business. What other aspects and attributes must be found in your business? Integrity is key. You must be a person of integrity. If you sell milk, why should you put formalin, the chemical that is used to preserve bodies in the mortuary, to prolong the shelf life of your milk? That formalin is meant for people who are dead. Why should you use it? Why should you use potassium permanganate to put in milk that you bring all the way from Nairobi? And that's why people are dying of cancer. Where are you? Is it morally? Is it morally right? Is it ethically right? We look at those things because let me tell you, there's a beauty in being honest. What about being accountable? You need to be very, very accountable. Accountable to who? To your customers, to your staff members. Some of us people, we have this queer belief that because you are an employer, that you can say anything to people. That is very, very unfortunate. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. You must respect. Allow me first of all to switch off, to put off this particular phone call. Appreciate one thing, that respect them. Respect them. They matter in your business. They matter. Yes. Respect those people. One day, you never know. One day, I'm not going to mention an individual who was employed as a clerk. This person became the highly paid CEO in Kenya. He is even now, I think, from just a clerk. Remember, you never know what God has in store for you. God has plans for all of us. Today I may be lacking, but tomorrow I'll be having. So respect the people that you work with. You must be a person who is accountable, a person who puts himself or herself into other people's shoes. It is called empathy. Then you must be a humble person, a person of humility. Don't go shouting things to people. Respect those people. They mean a lot in your life. Then you must have a vision. Where are you headed to? Vision is very, very important. Then how do you influence the people that you work with? Another key aspect of succeeding in business. Then you must have the overall organizational direction. Where are you going as a company? Where are you going as a company? Because if you don't know where you're going, you find yourself having problems, because at any one given time, you don't know where your destination will be. Then you must define what are the key performance indicators. What is it that will be knowing your business in the right track? So we call them KPIs. Develop what we call KPIs, key performance indicators. And then you must also make great marketing and branding tools. Let people feel you, let people see you. Your presence is very, very important. Then keep becoming innovative. Don't be static. But for more of this, because I'm not going to share the entire class. So for those people who want to be trained on how to run their ventures in a professional way, I'm starting what we call a business academy. This business academy will now separate the wheat from the chaff. That's the beauty. So if you're there and you need to succeed in terms of learning your enterprise, I'm giving you my number because I'm starting this class. I want people to register so that we can have a class on Saturday. Coming Saturday, we'll be having a class. And this class, I'll be telling you where the class will be. But first of all, you must register. You register yourself. We are starting this class on Saturday, God willing, from 2 p.m. Those people will be able to come physically. They will be able to specify that will be able to come physically. Those people whom we shall go through virtual process, Zoom, Google Meet, please specify. So if you're interested in becoming a student in this business academy, where we are going to transform people's way of doing business, people's way of running their businesses. If you want by the end of this year to drive the car of your choice, to drive your dream car, to live in that suburb that you have always dreamt of, to take your children to what we call group of schools, as opposed to those highly populated government schools. It is the time now we change the way we do things. For the charges, I'll be very, very competitive. I'll not charge you a lot of money because I want everybody to benefit. I'm not going to charge you the way I do. In fact, it will be a 2-hour session, and that 2-hour session I'll be charging only 1,000 shillings. Just 1,000 shillings. So cowgirl, please, it's 1,000 shillings for that class. Everybody can afford. It's 1,000 shillings. The cowgirl, that's how much you pay. Just 1,000 shillings. And in order for me to go, I'm going to give you a very comfortable, even if you come 1,000 of you, even if you register 1,000 of you, I have a wonderful conference facility, air conditioned with comfortable seats and tables. That's what I'm assuring you. I'm a man of standards. some of you know, those who know me. Then I'll be giving the location. I will give the location once people confirm. You know, there's no point of broadcasting to everybody, because the Bible says many are called but few are chosen. So be having a business stroke and enterprise academic class on Saturday from 2. Name of the location to be disclosed to only those people who have registered. In order for you to register, kindly text me the number. You can text me your name, please, on my phone, or you can even drop me an email. Then once you pay the 1,000 shillings commitment fee, I'll be able to tell you the location and the time. But please remember to carry a notebook with you and a paper. You must carry a notebook and a pen, because I'm only charging you 1,000 shillings as an introduction. Then from there, I'll go to those later I charge people. So the best thing that you need to do is make sure that you use my number. You book. I'll be able to give you the details of the location, which will be within Nairobi, especially those people within Nairobi. I know you as a good man of good standards. Thank you very much. Pro Books Consultants. Thank you. For those who know me, I have been allowed for many years. I've never stolen anybody money. I've never done. So I thank God. Thank you so much, Pro Books Consultants. Very much humbled. Good job, senior. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So please, my advice is this. For you to book, I'm going to give you my pay bill. Of course, I'm giving you my pay bill. Once I give you my pay bill, I give you my number, you book. So depending on the number of people who will have booked by Wednesday, I'll be able to tell you where we shall be conducting this particular class. It will be a 2-hour class that will change your mind. So if you're interested, those in Mombasa, what about those in Mombasa, Mami in Mombasa? I have told you that those in Mombasa, you'll be following us through what we call, we'll be live. We'll be able to give you a link. Of course, this link will go to chosen few. I'm not going to broadcast it on what we call TikTok page like I'm doing. I know you from 2014. Those are 9 years. Thank you very much. Hello, how long will the training last? 2 hours. You can ask those questions. So for those people wanting to book for that training, and please, let us get out of poverty. Poverty is bad, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. Poverty is so demeaning. It's nothing as bad as poverty. That you can't eat meat, not because the doctor has told you not to eat, but don't have money. That you are still struggling in your venture, not because we don't have people with ideas that can come and change the entire landscape of your business. It is because of what is between your 2 years. Some of us may see 1,000 shillings as a lot of money in this economy. You have to pay the price. If you're there and you need to come and be trained by Dr. Paul Kibicho on that particular class, please, my number is 0722 633 021. 0722, maybe my moderator can pin that number. 0722 633 021. This will be the introduction class. So in order for you to graduate, you'll be going for 4 weekends. Thank you very much. For a period of 4 weekends. Thank you very much, Mr. Jacob Minor. It will be a 4-session class for you to get a certificate and for you now to have completed this business stroke enterprise academy. 4 sessions. Thank you very much. That is my number, 0722 633 021. Please drop me your name. Please, I'm even going to give that number as the number that you can pay. I am not going to give you the pay bill. Pay using that number. Register. I have a notebook here. Of course, some of you are aware that I don't go without notebooks. I'll be able to give you the location. If you're interested, please, commitment fee must be paid for me to be able now to have what we call the number, and for me to book the space that will be dependent on the number of people who want to be taken through this class. I'm only charging 1,000 shillings as the introduction. I'm already making arrangements to meet 1,000 people in Nyeri. I met one of the bishops in Nyeri and he really impressed me yesterday. And he told me, Bishop, please come. I'll be having a seminar. Those ones I'm charging them a lot of money, but I'm not going to disclose that. Is now in Nyeri, that is Nyeri chapter. We'll be having various chapters. We'll be having a training in Mombasa. So one of you can host me in Mombasa. You can host me in Nakuru. You can host, like last week I was in Kirinyaga. I met 1,500 people. I also went to Kemutogo Boys as corporate social responsibility. I was able to talk to the boys, 1,500. Catering for the sessions. No, not for the 4 sessions. Shekina Glory. That will be for that day. That 1,000 will be for that day. Of course, I'll be paying space. I'll be paying for the space. I'll be having some people on the ground. So just pay 1,000 shillings. Pay that money using 0722 633 021. I'll be able to book you and let you know where we shall be conducting this particular seminar. And this seminar will go for 4 weekends. So for you to graduate, for you to get a certificate, you must be a member. You must have sat down for 4 sittings. I'll give you a beautiful certificate, and I'll give you what you call the areas. It is amazing. I'm telling you, there are people who have come to my office, and those who have come to my office, maybe you can even write down here. I've taken people through the processes that you need. And for those people who thought that motivational speakers are broke, maybe you have only been meeting the broke motivational speakers. I'm not in that class. I'm a motivational speaker in a class of his own. Me, I'm not a broke motivational speaker. I've written books. I'm an author. I'm a consultant. I'm a legal mind. I'm a lecturer in the university. I do many things, so I understand. And I teach in the university. I'm going to say today what I teach in the university for those people to know the kind of content we'll be getting. Not theoretical, but practical. In a university, I teach what we call company law and SME governance. Company law, yes, Jacob Binet will be 1,000 per session. Those I will be having 4 sessions. So you can even pay for the 4 sessions. We'll be having sessions. I'll be able to disclose for you a location, a very convenient location, comfortable. I've used that facility with many businessmen and women, and the place is good. So I'll be, I normally teach in the university at master's and PhD level, what we call business law and taxation, company law, and SME governance. I teach company law and SME governance. I teach what we call business law and taxation. I teach leadership and innovation. That's what I teach. I also teach what we call marketing strategies, and I teach what we call strategic planning. I teach that in the university, among others. So come prepared to learn. Come prepared to learn. So in order for you to book for this slot, I'm charging 1,000 shillings for a 2-hour session. I'll be disclosing the location to those who have paid. And for those who are very far, I met you at Nakuru, Dr. Ada, and your words are worth. May God bless you. I have preached in Dr. Ada many times. Can I recommend Money Clinic, Amos Gaho, as a lecturer? He has also been doing, Amos Gaho is my student, by the way. Mr. Mwagi Moneki, Amos Gaho is I'm the one, you can talk to Mr. Amos Gaho. I worked with him for more than 10 years. I mentored him. He will be part of the team, don't you worry. Thank you very much, Mr. Mwangi Moneki. I salute you. That's my number once again. I'm happy that my brother now, Dante, is it Dante? Has put my number there, 07226-33021. Book your space. Pay 1,000 shillings for a 2-hour session on Saturday, coming, God willing. I'll give you the location. For those people who are far away from Nairobi, I'll be sending you what we call the link password, so that we don't broadcast to those people who have not paid. So I'll be giving the link as we move on. So that is the number I want you to use, 07226-33021. I'll be teaching you on various business aspects, how to succeed in business, how to make it in business, how to make money, how to expand the expansion strategies, who are the pros and cons, the do's and don'ts in business. Kaidre book. And at that point, I want to bring this show to a close. So those people interested, in Nyeri, is the charges the same? Evangeli, the charges, if you'll be joining us on Saturday, that class, using the link, will pay the same. The charges will be the same. So we are charging 1,000 as an introduction fee. Otherwise, the charges are normally very high. And I know some of you know how much you pay. Let me be very honest with you. People pay 20,000 shillings per session, but I'm not charging 20,000 shillings per session. My business right now is to help people come out of where they are to another level, but I'll continually look at things as time goes by. So for those interested to do this particular class, my number, I've given it to you. Pay your fee. Register there on 07226-33021. I'll be giving you the location. I'll be communicating that by Wednesday this week, coming week, where we shall be meeting, and we shall be meeting from 2 to 4 strictly, so that people can have the time. So may God bless you. Business / enterprise class coming Saturday. Location to be disclosed later. And if you want to succeed in your business, you can't miss this. I'll be one of the trainers. I'll be bringing on board a few trainers, including Mr. Gaho. Amos Gaho is my friend, including others that some of you know, but I'll not disclose them at this point in time. Join us and change your financial landscape. May God bless you. Unless there's a question, I want to bring this show to a close. Any question from the floor? Any question from the floor? Please ask me. And I want to once again appreciate you. Thank you so much, all of you who have watched me today. Thank you very much. You can still also Master KK89 kindly inbox me. I'll be able to give you the details. Just like a text on my 07226-33021. I'll tell you how to join Olin Circle. Thank you very much, Mr. Master KK89. Thank you. Any other question that you want? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mwangi Moneki. I appreciate you. Thank you, Aboil. We are satisfied, my daktari. Thank you so much. Monica, thank you, Josh. Joseph Karuga, thank you. Margaret M, thank you. Srim Dade, thank you. Simon Koigi, thank you. Ken, you have just joined. Thank you. Veshwa Bude, thank you. Frank, thank you so much. I appreciate those people. Beth Kamula, thank you. Jose Joy, thank you so much. Samsung made my day, thank you. Karibu. Stavik, thank you. Mwach Jane, thank you. Kaniki, thank you so much. Samenyaga, thank you. I can see Dr. Kaidri discuss about this too in the today's inaugural session. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Whoever wanted me to laugh, I finally laughed. Troby from two, Mr. Esbon. Troby, are you a medic? I'm not a medic. I have told people me I'm a scholar. How to join Odin Circle? Please inbox me. I'll be on 0722633021. I am a scholar. I'm a PhD holder. From church, do you mind rescheduling time? Joroge Wamboy, oh my goodness, I will reschedule time. Me, I leave church at 11. Our service starts at 8:35 and ends at 11. I'm sorry, I'll be able to. I think I'll be able to look at that. So please, at that point, and any other thing that you want me to know, Kevin, Kevin, thank you. Joy Reese, thank you. So please, for those people who want to join this class, do what I have told you. I'll be giving you the location on Wednesday. Doctor, I wish I met you earlier. I have learned a lot today that way to join this. Okay, thank you. So I'll be on, for those people who hear my mother tongue, I'll be on Inoro Radio tonight from 10 p.m. to midnight. And the topic of the day, you can't afford to miss it. The topic will be mind-boggling. The topic will be a roller coaster. I hold a PhD in business and finance. Thank you very much. PhD in business and finance. Just came in. What about those in diaspora? Even those in diaspora will be deadline for the registration is Wednesday. Thank you. I like you people. Thank you. Deadline for registration is Wednesday so that I can prepare the logistics. So I think I have answered you, Mr. Chagrin. I have told you PhD in business and finance from JQuat. Deadline, and of course, lawyer. I'm a lawyer from MKU. I'll do so, but attend classes virtually. Thank you so much, Jacob Miner. God bless you. You have a YouTube channel, yes, Dr. Paul Bishop, PhD, QBE, HSC. What is the registration process? You just pay the money, write me a text on my number, 0722633021. My moderator, please pin that number again. My moderator, wherever you are, don't you, I'll be giving you a consideration. My moderator, please pin my number again. You pay via my number, 0722633021. So, and then put your name so I can put you the registration. I'll be able to give you the registration processes, the location of the training and the timings. But training will start at 2 p.m. It is 1,000. Thank you very much once again for putting my number there. That's my number. Pay using that number, the 1,000 shillings, and we'll be able to move on. Martin Moranga Kife, thank you very much. You followed. The names some of the names are a bit hard for me. Jonathan, thank you. Link the YouTube channel on your bio. I'll do that. Thank you very much, Joroge. That's another. Doctor, what are you training on? You see now, because you have come late, I'll be training people on how to learn a successive enterprise or a business for that matter. But of course, you can go to my YouTube channel. For those who have come late, no, we are not training about SACCO. It is for SACCO or training on Wednesday. No, we are not training on SACCO issues. We'll be training on how to learn a successive business or enterprise. So I think for those people who have come a bit late, you can get all that information from my YouTube channel, Dr. Paul Kibicho, PhD, QBE, so that we can bring this talk to a show. I want to salute all of you for being very, very, very magnanimous. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being C4. Thank you for being very C4. I appreciate people with severity. Thank you so much for being C4. Training will be on Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then you'll have what we call question and answers. And for those joining us for that training, please remember to carry a book, a notebook, and a pen. So training will be on Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. The venue will be disclosed to those people who have paid their registration fee. Thanks for giving us wisdom. Thank you very much, Mary Mothoni. Baby, thanks again. Congrats. Thank you so much, Jose Lutz. Thank you. Where, please, Joeris, details will be given. The location of the training will be given to those people who have met the criteria. And I think at that point, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stop at that. It has been my pleasure talking to you. I'll always share this information with you people. So that is what you need to do. We'll be having that class for what we call learning a successive enterprise or business venture. It is only physical training. Not you see now, because you have come late once again, we shall be having both physical and virtual. And I'll be giving people what we call the password for virtual, 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 to those who have done what is required of them. I think you can put online training or to go on Meet. I'll do that, don't you worry. Thank you so much, Gatashi. Thanks, Samsung. Okay, I think I'll bring this show to an end. Any other question before? Okay, I'll register for virtual. Thank you so much. Please do. Let's see. For those people who treasure, who value education, those people who don't have contempt for education, rest assured, those that I have given, I'll register for virtual. Thank you very much. You have no idea the people you have transformed. And for you to become a person of means, those people who get information, they become transformed. I'll try not to fail. Thank you so much. May God bless you for that. So I'll be giving you the location of the training on Wednesday, but the training will be conducted here in Nairobi. For those people who are in the diaspora within the confines of our borders in Kenya, I can come to Kisumu, Nakuru, Eldoret, wherever you are, so that you can have this big this movement moving on. I must make sure that we succeed. My mission is to make sure that we all succeed in terms of business. Online link will be shared to those who will be far. Yes, it will be done that. Thank you so much, my moderator. If you don't mind, my moderator, please just go ahead and inbox me your full names, and we talk after this. We can talk behind the net after this. I'm impressed. God bless you. I want now to prepare for the lesson for the evening. Please, for those people who hear French, I'll be on Inolo FM from 10 p.m. to midnight. When do you usually come on TikTok? As a young entrepreneur, how can you select your partner? Those questions will be answered on that Saturday, God willing. Coming Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We shall have question and answers. I'll be able to answer all those questions. I think at that point, allow me now to bring this discussion to a close. It was nice meeting all of you. May God bless you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So we meet another day. God bless you all. That brings